Today we will solve this today's LeetCode problem, which is count subarrays with fixed bounds. This is LeetCode hard problem. So let's see what is the problem here. You are given an integer array nums and two integer min k and max k. A fixed bound subarrays of nums is a subarray that satisfies the following conditions, and the minimum value of the subarray is equals to min k and the maximum value of the subarray is max k, and return the number of fixed bound subarrays. Okay. So again we need to find the number of count of subarrays with the given conditions. So what is the condition here? Conditions here is we have given this min k and the max k, and the subarray, the answer should be that subarray which has the elements between these values, right? Like its minimum elements of that subarray should be 1 and the maximum value of that subarray should be 5, right? So if we see this first example here, 135 has the minimum value 1 and 5 is the maximum value, so this can be an answer, and this is 1352 whose minimum value is 1 and 5 is value is 7, 5 is max value is 5, then it's also can be the subarray. Otherwise we don't have any other subarray which has minimum value as 1 and 5 maximum value is 5, right? So again this is a sliding window problem again. If you think of if you see that there is subarrays with subarray something counter subarrays there, you can think of sliding window, right? So at first I think of sliding window. So let's see how we can apply sliding window in this. Let's see, let's analyze this, right? Suppose I need to just maintain the difference, maintain this mean value and the max value 1 and 5. Although it's a tricky problem because although it's a tricky problem because we need to maintain this min k and max k. So let's suppose we have come across this one. Our mean value is 1 now, right? Again we come across 3, and max value is also 1. We across come 3, then max value becomes 3, which is not equals to our min k and max k which is given. Again we go to 5, my max value becomes 5. So whenever I got this our increment, I got 1 subarray, right? When I comes to this 2, so now my mean value should is still 1 and my max value is still 5. So how many subarrays can be there? There can be only 1 subarray, right? So then I will increment that subarray, right? But when I go to 7, my max value becomes 7, right? So if you observe, see, after this 7, if we try to we can't take this 7 in my any subarray answer, right? Because that will affect my max value, right? So I will not include this my 7 in any subarray. So any subarray which can be formed either from left side to including these 7 elements or right side including these 7 elements will not be an answer, right? So what we will do, whenever we get this 7 or something like suppose there is something like 0 also, so and it also affect my mean value, right? So this can be included in any subarray in my answer, in my either in left or either in right? So here we can think of one approach, that whenever we will get any number greater than max k or less than mean k, which is given of course, then we split that. We don't include in my answer, we don't include in my answer, right? In my answer. So what I mean that we don't include that, I mean that we will not we will split this array into after before before that element and after that element. So suppose this is 7 given, I will say I will I will see this this side of subarray as a separate and this side of subarray as separate, right? Let's take another example to uh, show you make you understand more comfortable. This is 135275. Again let's take this one, uh, this 5, or here let's take 1 3 1 2 3 5, the number which is less than 5, right? Let's take this, right? Now what we will see again, this one included, suppose we have marked as min 1 and max 1. This is 1 as 1, there is no answer. 3, no any answer. 5, there this can be a subarray, right? So my answer can be of subarray, right? Now again it's come 5. So how many subarrays can be there? If I try to include this 5, let's see. This 5 can be clubbed with whole this, right? This 5 can clubbed with whole this also, right? Can we include this? No. Why? Because this 3 is minimum value here. Can we include this? Still no. So how many subarrays can be there? There can be 2 subarrays. So how, when we are trying to include this 5, what will I try to see? I will try to see that whenever we try to include any element, suppose this is 5, then how many elements should be there? There can be 2 subarrays, right? Let's again try to include this 2 value, right? So when we try to include 2 values, how many subarrays can be there? 1 subarray, 2 subarray. Again, is there any other subarray we can form? No. This is 2 with value, right? If you observe, I am just why there is 2 subarray only if I include 2 or I include 5, because this 1 or this 5 index value, the minimum of this 1 index and this 5 index is 1th value. Why? Right? If you see from 0th, this is 1th value, because if you go out of after this index, you will not find 1 and that will not be an answer. So one thing I observe here, I observe here, that we need to maintain index of 1 and 5, index of mean k and max k, yeah, right, max k and mean k. And I will see whenever I need to whenever I need to include any element, I will see the mean of both index, that at which index this both of mean k index and max k index, right, at which index I will see that whether at which minimum index this both can be present. So in this case, this 5 case and 2 case, the minimum index is at 1, 1 is at minimum index, right? But because 5 can be here, so 1 at 1. So what will I see? I will simply see this 1th is here, so I will mark this as my minimum index, that from after this there can be answer, and from this to the previous any jth value I will mark as this. So let's suppose that I need to also maintain a jth pointer. I will show you how. So what will I mark as an answer? I will mark as answer as answer plus this, let's mark this as max value, mean value, right? And that will be the mn minus j plus 1. Understood? So what is j here? Let's see. So after this, jth is 0 at first point because it is starting from here, and this is mn is equals to, now mn is equals to mean of this mean value, this mean index, right? Mean index is mean index is what? I will update this 1 at, so this mean index is 1 and the max index is what? 0 1 2 3 4, right? This will be 4. So this mean index and this max index will be here, right? So that will be equals to 1, right? So what will answer will be this. What is answer will be always let's generalize this, then answer will be always this mn minus j plus 1, right? So that's how the answer is when I try to include this 2, the answer comes this mn, which is equals to 1 in this case, and j is equals to 0, so 1 minus 0 plus 1, which is equals to 2, then answer is comes 2 here, right? So this is for this 2th include, right? Now when will I change j? When now we will see that. See, here is 7 occurs. Now when 7 occurs, this is greater than 5, right? So it will affect my answer if I include it. So I will simply, if I see at previous value, whenever I try to include this 7 will affect my max value, right? So we don't include this, right? So now my answer for this is comes here. Now after that this 7 comes, now I will increment my jth value, right? Because I if I after this value, suppose there any subarray exists, then this jth value we will not take from j is equals to 0, because this 7 will also include in that answer. Suppose this is 5 come here and 1 come here. So if suppose j is equals to 0 exists, then we will, what we will do, we will simply give the minimum index value of 5 1 and try to minus j plus 1. So if I take this whole subarray, so this 7 will also include, so that affect my max value. So this 7 should not be included, that's why I have simply marks this jth to this index value plus 1, right? So how this what is this 7th value here? So the 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, this is 6th value. So I will include this 7. What? Why? 6 plus 7, 6 plus 1 is equals to 7. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? So why have changes 6? Because if I don't change this, it will include 7 in my answer after this subarrays, for this subarrays, which is wrong, of course, right? Now see, after 7, this is 5 1, this is 5 again. Now this 5 will need update to 7, sorry, this is this one, right? So this 5 is value is 7, which is my max index, and this 1 is at 8, right? Now this 5 1 is my can be an answer. So I will simply see this which is the minimum index, which is equals to 7, and now I will see mn minus j plus 1, which is equals to 1. So 1 will be my answer, right? Now again I include 2. So again, whenever I want to include this, I will see my minimum value again, which is again comes to 7 here, minimum index, and my jth value 7. This again equals to 1, right? Because if you include 2, this can be an only answer. If you include 5, now this can also be an answer, this can also be an answer. So this 5 is equals to max value. So I will include this my answer, which will now equals to 10, right? So and the 1th position is at 8, so minimum value of his will be becomes 8, right? And now 8 minus 7 plus 1, which is equals to 2. So 2 can be answer, and you can see this one subarray, and this can be the 2 subarray. Now if you include 1 again, now we will update my index, which is equals to 11. Now for this one, this can be also in subarray, this can also be in subarray, this can be also a subarray, and this can be also subarray, right? So if you see, minimum is 10 and jth is 7, so 10 minus 7 plus 1, which is equals to 4, right? So this, if you include 1, there can be 4 subarrays, 1 2 3, and this is 4, right? If you include 2 in this subarray, again you will find that you will there can be 4 another subarray, right? because there is no change in minimum index and this value go. So I think here we can solve this, right? According to this we will solve this. So we will, what we will do, this is the same. If you don't understand, try to watch again this videos, because this is something which is comes according to take example and observation, right? There is no fun fact and no and there is intuition just behind it, that we will take example and see, observe the pattern, how will you find the we will just find, we will just separate. So what is the fourth time? That whenever I get okay, I have already write this here. So whenever this happens, I will split this, right? I will split the array before it and after it, right? And update my jth value, right? So this is I, not the side. Okay, so let's code it, right? So what I will what I am trying to do, let's mark this as micro as long. So first what will I do, I will simply take as min index, right, which will be equals to int max at starting, and I will take this as a max index, which is equals to also int max. So this min index is for mint k index, and this max index equals to max k index, right? So at first, what will I try to see? I will try to see that if my if num psi is equals to this min k given, then I will update my min index, right? I will update this as min index, and again for this num psi is equals to max k, I will update my max index, right? And I will see if my main index is not equals to int max and my max index is not equals to my int max. What it means? It means that I got an element, I got an array which has mean index as min k and max k, right? So the jth okay, I need also to take a jth value, right, for my boundation point of view, and also a subarray which is equals to answer c, right? Because this is long, so I need to take a long answer. Okay, so this can be this. So answer, what will be the answer? So I need to also find the minimum index between both of the index, right? This 0 and this is, right, this point of view. What will according to this I have shown you that I need to see the minimum index at which 1 or 5 is present, and what will the answer? Answer will be mn minus jth plus 1. Jth is the starting point, mn is the index point, mn is in the index at which 1 or 5 is must present, right? So that will be the answer. But here is one case that when, what will, if any element is greater than 1 or 5, if any element is greater than 1 and 5 or less than minimum k or greater than the num psi, in that case what will I do? In that case I need to split that array. So for suppose this is 7, after that what I do, I need to update my jth, because jth can't be 0, it can't be 0. It should be jth to shift to after this 7. So I need to shift this j to I plus 1, and also I need to I need to update my index to int max again. Let's copy this int max, and max index my int max and min index my int max, right? Why? Because it can be possible that if we mark dot, if we don't mark int max and int max index int max, then it comes to this, and now this mn will be at lower point and j is according to I plus 1, which this will create a negative value, right? That's why I need to mark this as int max, right? So I think that is all good. Now I will return an answer. Let's run it. I think there should not be any compilation error. uh, why it comes to 4? Let's see. If I nums is 1357 nums I max k, I will update index jth plus 1. uh, if num size equals to main k, I will update my main index other, and I will update this. If both are not into max, I am taking main of main index and max index, and I am inserting mn minus j plus 1. I think there should not be any answer, but let's see. 13526. So at 135, okay, this should be odd here, right? This should not be and, this should be odd, right? So let's run this, right? This should be odd because either this is present or this is present, because this should not be answered. Let's submit it. Yeah, we have passed the case. Submit. We have passed all the cases. So what will be the time complexity for this? Time complexity will be O of n. Why? We just iterating one time in this array. And what is the time space complexity? We are not taking any extra space, right? Then space complexity will be O of 1, right? So it's a somewhat little tricky problem. It will take you time for understand this, if you all clearly observe this. So yeah, thank you. If you don't able to understand it, just try to watch again and start with pen and paper. You will understand what I have written here, and I have tried to make you understand it, right? So yeah, I will share this code. Thank you.